what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hey, to those that are new here. So as I told you guys in my last video, I'm going to kind of keep you guys up to date on IVF journey number 2 to baby J number 2. For those that want to follow my journey on Instagram, I have kind of started posting back on at the journey to baby J, which I'll link in the description below. But nonetheless, so I'll catch you guys up. So on my last video, I shared with you guys that I had an HSG, that I had my kind of like baseline ultrasound. So since then, I have lost 20 pounds. Like, hey, I've lost 20 pounds because I needed to be under, I think it's a 30. I need to be under 40 BMI. So after I had my son, I was 271 pounds. That's like the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And I just never thought like that would be me. But anyway, here I was at 271 after giving birth to my child. Obviously, you know, with breastfeeding and just him not being in there anymore, I dropped down significantly. I actually went down to like 230-ish. But then I kind of balanced that around 250, 249-ish. And so once we started IVF, when we had our initial consult in November 29th, which was our anniversary, we had our first consult on November 29th, 2022. And like so many, it's like I'm like 2022, 2021, like what has been the last 3 years. But anyway, it was November 29th, 2022. So that's when we had our first initial consult with the clinic that we're currently at, because we do have insurance this go round, so we're not at the same clinic that we were at with my son. And so when we had that initial consult, you know, I had just had my son in April of that year. And so April, like May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So I was only 7 months postpartum at that point. And so, like, I was trying to get my whole life together. I was battling postpartum, which I wasn't really aware of because I'm just such a go person that I really had time to sit with my thoughts on why I was responding to certain things the way I was. But nonetheless, so I really got serious about my weight loss about January when it was brought to the table of me not being able to possibly go through a second round of IVF due to my weight. They wanted me to be under 40 BMI. So I'm the type of person, you give me a number, sis, and I'm all in. All I need is a number. Like, I try not to really think about it too much. I just think about that number. Like, you give me a number to be at, and I'm going to hit it. You give me something to do, and I'm going to do it. That's the type of person I am. So, and I appointment in January when I had my baseline ultrasound, and then I had, it might have been February. So, like, January, February, I wish I could have. I remember, I'm going to look at my calendar just for my own keepsake because this go around just like, baseline, HSG, per the usual. So, yeah, I believe my HSG was in February. And I had my ultrasound in January. Okay, so there we go. So after my HSG and ultrasound, they are like, you know, we're not going to be able to do IVF with your BMI over 40. And so I was like, bet. Watch me. And so like I just started it's like in my mind it's just flipped. It's like, you know, I don't think like people were like, you can do this, you can do this. I'm like, I am going to do this because I have no other choice. If I want another child, like I have no other choice but to do this. I know I can because I've done it before. I lost over 50 some pounds in 2012. I was 197, which was at that time the heaviest I had ever been. And so to run cross country, I was in college at the time, to run cross country, to have my second little hoorah in college, because I was a later in life college student. I believe I was 26, 27-ish. So I was the oldest person on the cross country team. And that was like my goal to like run cross country again, because in high school I was very athletic. I played every sport that I could. And so when I got in my 12th grade year, I had an injury, and which was, you know, the injury was legit, but I really feel like it was my fear kicking in because they were talking about college and the schools that I could possibly go to. And I'm like, who about to leave home? Who about to run? You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we're afraid of success, but we won't admit that. We're afraid of things, so we sabotage stuff. So in high school, I had to sabotage my whole track career. So being able to run cross country again in college as a later life college student was like, you know I wasn't going to be like the best, but I at least wanted to make the team, and I did. And so in 2012, I lost over 50 pounds. And so I know I can do it. And it's not a matter of being able to do it. It's a matter I have to do it. So I did what I needed to do. I just started with the kitchen. Like, I was trying to work out and do all the things that I normally do. Those that know me personally know I used to run like 5, 7, 8 miles a day. Like, ain't nobody about to do that no more. So I had to do within my limits. I had to do what I can do. At that particular time, my son was 9, 10 months old. Like, I got a 9-month-old. I work third shift full time, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which allows me to be at home with him Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so, like, the scenario, so I started with the kitchen. Nonetheless, I started with the kitchen, started trying to clean up what I ate. And I'm the type of person, I don't do restrictions. I just change out. Like, I don't be like, let me go eat like a little drop of chicken. No, I need to. So I had to figure out this again for me. Like, I'm not gonna stop, doing the regular wraps, but I will change out the wraps with the Carb Smart, which only have 4 things of carbs. And so I just kind of changed out my food. I don't do restrictions again. I do now I do like 6 meals a day. And the only time I have an issue is when I transition back into third shift. So, like, I'm good Monday through Thursday, but when that third shift kick in, I'm like, how we gonna figure this out? Because I'm up all day with my son, because he does not go to daycare. So on Fridays, I'm up all day with him after getting off of work. Like, I don't know how I do it, but I do it. And so we walking, we going to the park, we doing all the things. And so on Thursday night, aka Friday, I'm up, working a 10-hour shift, and then I'm up with my son pretty much all day, and then I sleep when he sleeps. So he usually takes about a 2 or 3 hour nap, which works for me. And then my husband gets home around 7, and then I sleep from about 7 to 12:30. So that's 5.5 hours of sleep. But nonetheless, I am still eating during the day. So I just kind of snack during the day when I transition back from Thursday to Friday. And I try to keep myself active, so I'm not really thinking about food all the time. But I have learned, and you can take this how you will, when you get past a certain size, food is no longer I love food. Food is at that point an addiction, at least in my case. I just hate to admit sometimes when I'm addicted to sugar, I'm addicted to food, and it's just the reality. And so I have to deal with the addiction by keeping busy and knowing that I don't have self-control. So I don't buy the food. If I don't buy it, I won't eat it, point blank, period. I used to be the type of person, like, way back when I first started trying to lose weight in like 2011. I was like, I eat a serving. Girl, a serving of chips is how many? Because who about to do it? Because I will sit and watch my favorite TV show and eat a whole bag of chips. So I don't even buy chips. That's how I deal with that. I don't buy it. I don't convince myself that I'm going to eat within the certain... I don't create that struggle. So, like, I know I'm not going to eat within the certain serving. And so I don't even buy the chips. Unless if I'm going to buy chips, I buy like the Quest protein chips. Or I kind of like those, like the nacho flavors. That's the only flavor I rock with. But the other ones, But the Quest nacho chips, and that's like I buy in the bag, individual bag. And I can eat a serving of them because, but they ain't all of that. Nonetheless, I went all the way around the world. I'm going to bring it back. So what we have been doing now, we have started IVF. I started my birth control. I will do that for 14 days. I went in for my weigh-in with the anesthesiologist to make sure I'm cleared for IVF this go around. And I got cleared. I was so happy. Y'all, look, when I was in my appointment, I was sitting in a room next to the anesthesiologist. And so when the initial nurse came in there, she did my weight. She let me take out my shoes because, my shoes weigh 5 pounds. Like, sis, can I take out my shoes? She let me take out my shoes, my bags, and my phone and stuff so I can get my accurate weight. And I went in there with the lightest clothes I could possibly get away with. But she let me take out my shoes, my little overcoat I had, a little, not overcoat, cardigan I had because it was kind of cool that morning. And so I weighed myself and I was feeling proud. I was just so happy I could cry. Because I just didn't think I would ever see some of those numbers again. And honestly. And so when I was sitting in the waiting room, she came in there and gave me my paperwork for me to read over and sign. And then once I read over and signed it, she went to go get the anesthesiologist to go over what's next and what to expect. Again, because this is my first time at this clinic, right? And then I'm overhearing the conversation because her office is right next door to where I was at. And I was just sitting there like super excited. And I overhear this conversation. She was like, well, I don't know if she's a candidate for IVF again because of the BMI. I'm thinking the whole time they're talking about me. So I'm like, what? I was sitting there texting my husband, crying emoji. I thought I was doing good. And I try to wrap my head around, like, I try to stay out my feelings. So I'm trying to have, okay, we didn't hit the number, but we gonna get back in. I'm out here coaching myself up, right? I'm hyping myself up. We didn't hit the number, but we gonna get it. We gonna do it. We gonna get it because my husband's tired working in this job and he providing the benefits. He literally got this job for the IVF benefits. He been putting a lot of stuff on hold. He a real one. And so, so he's been literally dealing with this job. Specifically for the IVF benefits so that we can have baby number 2. It's just, you know, seeing him be a father, it's just like a whole new level of love. Like, he does above and beyond. Like, I just feel like, I don't know how to articulate. Like, it makes me want to cry how much our love for each other has grown, seeing him be a father and him seeing me be a mother. And it's like the stuff that he does for us, it's just like it takes the love to another level. And again, we've been married for 16 years coming up this November. So like, to really, I didn't think we had more levels. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was just like, we were here, but then becoming parents took us here. Going through this journey took us here. Like, he like, okay, what's next? What's next? What we gotta do? What we gotta do? Like, he just keeping me focused, y'all. Hello, my back. Straight back to the appointment. So I'm overhearing this conversation. I'm just sending my husband all kind of cry face emojis at this point. Like, I thought I was doing good. I thought I hit the number. She said I was sure. She was for sure I'll probably be a candidate because I was above where I needed to be and the expectations for me. So boom, I'm hearing this conversation and I'm thinking the whole time they're talking about me, right? And so at this point I'm like bawling because like we have started IVF and let the waterworks begin. And that birth control, man, the birth controls have me all kind of hormonal already. Like, I'm just like, how I'm about to do this. But nonetheless, because at this point in time, I was like 2 days into my birth control and I was already feeling some kind of way. Like, I'm all over the place emotionally sometimes. She walks in and she's like, what's going on, Miss Jackson? Why are you crying? And I'm like, because I thought I was going to be a candidate. Like, I laugh now, but at the time, I was a hot mess. And so she walked in. She was like, no, we weren't talking about you. I'm like, you need to close your door. Like, but anyway, she's like, girl, you're okay. You had some flying colors. And I'm like, yes. Y'all, I did not think I was going to be this emotional this go around. I'm just going to blame it on the birth control. Like, I'm just going to put it right there. It ain't me. It ain't me no more. But nonetheless, she said I passed with flying colors. So I'm going to be 14 days on the birth control. Go in again. And then I'm going to start the shots and we're going to get it rolling. Like, now I'm like, at that appointment, I was 16 pounds down, but now I'm 20 pounds down. And at my primary, because I'm just redoing my whole team, right, from the primary to the OB to the clinic. So this to go around, I'm definitely gonna be hands-on with it. Like, if I feel like the vibes is off, you go, because like, who about to do it this go around? So I am rebuilding my whole team from primary to OB and clinic. So at my last primary care, because when I switched I had to kind of like do a workup, at my last primary I was me minus 9 pounds at that point. So and that was on the 23rd of March. And so then at my appointment last week, I don't even know the date I put in this video, and I was down 16 pounds. So 9 and 16, that's like, what is that's another 7 pounds. So I was like 7 pounds lighter in a matter of a few days. And so that just like hit me, because I know from the last time I did a weight loss journey, like initially your body gonna respond and then you'll kind of plateau somewhere. And I'm hoping I kind of plateau around 180, because she wants me to be around 180 before we do a transfer. But nonetheless, y'all, that is just kind of what I wanted to update you guys on, that we are rocking and rolling. I have started the birth control. already again, and in 14 days I'll be starting my injections, which I am not looking forward to, but I know what to expect. I know what it's going to be like as far as increased food cravings, being all hormonal and like easily triggered. And so I'm just setting boundaries now, and I'm focusing on like positive things. I'm focusing on my son's birthday about to come up next week. We're gonna throw him a big birthday party. He gonna be 1 year old, like my baby. I love my son, y'all. I'm gonna search some pictures of him that I've been in my photography bag the last few weeks, and I have created a album called Parenthood Unfiltered, and I'm gonna search some of the photos of that at the end of this video for you guys to just see, you know, a glimpse into kind of like parenthood without scripts, without the fancy clothes and, you know, all of us put together, but just the real deal Holyfield. And so I'm gonna start that at the end of this video. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I am about to record like a million videos today because my husband has our son. Today is my third shift day, so usually when I'm working, he has our son all day, and he allows me to get the rest that I need. And they, you know, have fun. You know, they go to the park. He goes to visit family. They just live it up on the weekends, and so that is what they're doing. And while I have this a minute to myself, I'm gonna record all these videos. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. So if you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.